Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining me here on the mat. I'm Nicole, and I know from my own personal experience as well as talking to my yoga students that runners are notoriously bad stretchers. And I get it, when you spend all that time running, the last thing you want to do is stretch, but it's really important to keep our bodies safe and limber. So this series of videos are going to concentrate on different parts of the body where runners are most impacted. Today we'll put an extra emphasis below the knee, but we will work to some leg stretches and hip stretches as well. Every video will be under 10 minutes, so let's get started. First things first, we'll come to hands and knees. We'll curl toes under. We're going to stretch out the feet. So hands never have to leave the mat, especially if you're tight in the bottoms of your feet. If you're looking for a deeper stretch, maybe you start walking your hands up. Someday they might even come to the tops of your legs and your vertebra might stack. Today doesn't have to be that day. So for those with plantar fasciitis, Morton's neuroma, all of these things, this stretch can feel really awesome. And in every pose, we're just going to make a little room to take some deep breaths. And then we'll walk forward and we'll move up to our ankles. So we'll stretch out the Achilles by bringing our right toes in line with our left knee. See how they're right in a line here? You might already start to feel the stretch. Our seat is back on our left heel. We're just going to use our chest as a little lever, pressing into our right leg to really open up the Achilles. So, don't worry about going too far. Don't overstretch that Achilles. Back off if you need. Again, just a couple breaths of hold, giving that leg time to open. I should say ankle time to open. Come forward and just allow the top of your foot to relax into the mat. And we'll do the same on the left. We'll bring our left toes in line with our right knee, and I'll turn to face. So toes are lined up. You might be feeling the stretch already as you sit back on the right heel. And then we're just using our chest to add a touch of weight, not forcing. Always being mindful to never force a stretch. Opening up ankle. Alright, press palms in. Return the top of the left foot to your mat. And just take a moment here, maybe give your toes one more curl under, but release the ankles. Now we'll go higher even yet into the calf. We're simply going to take our right toes back, bring the right ball of the foot to the mat, put a little softness in our elbows. We don't want to hyperextend here, and just press into our heel to open our calves. Right knee down. Same on the left. Left toes back, heel down. Or I should say ball down, pressing through heel. Don't lock into those elbows. We don't want to sacrifice one part of our body to stretch the other. And drop that left knee to meet the right. So we've got our calves, our ankles, our feet stretched out. Now for the shins and the front of our ankles, and this is going to be a big one. Toes are uncurled, feet are on the tops of the mat. We're going to start walking back. Maybe you already feel the stretch. If it's accessible for your body, try and put your seat right on top of your heels. In yoga, we call this hero's pose, a stretch for ankles and shins. It's going to be a big one, and if you're not ready for it, don't force it. But if your knees feel safe, you can actually open up your heels and drop your seat between for an even deeper stretch. It's a big one though. Heels, or even leaning forward a little bit, is a great beginner posture to opening up the fronts of our lower legs. Hands down. Last couple stretches. Right foot's going to come right between our hands. Knee on top of ankle. Left foot's going to go back. Should feel a nice big stretch in your left hip flexor. Someday, one day, it doesn't have to be today, but you might even bring those hands to your knee and go a little deeper. And if this puts pressure in your left knee, press through the top of the foot. Take that pressure out. Hands come down. We'll stretch out our hamstring, the entire back of our right leg, by shifting our hips to line them up over left knee. Right toes are going to lift. Right knee's very soft. If you're tight, come up high on those fingers, put a little extra bend in the knee. That's okay. If you're looking for deeper stretch, don't get it by locking into the knee. Get it by melting forehead to shin. Walk hands forward, frame the foot, take that right knee back, bring the left foot between your hands, knees stacked, slide right foot back as far as it feels comfortable, pressing into the top of that foot to take pressure out of the knee. Big hip flexor stretch for the right. You don't have to do anything else but hang out here and make tiny adjustments. Find what's safe for your body. Although today could be the day, hands come to your left knee. If hands are on the knee, shoulders are relaxed. We're taking deep breaths. All right, hands down. Frame foot, final stretch for the back of our left leg. Shift those hips, line them up over your right knee. Your left toes lift, your left knee is soft. Come up as high as you like, or lower. Just don't lock out that knee. And of course, focus on your breath. forward, frame foot, step it back into your table, and come back to seated. And there's our quick little 10-minute stretch for runners with an emphasis on the lower parts of our legs. Check back in next week when we'll start working the knees. Thanks for joining me.